Why the name Rage Against the Machine?
It just seemed appropriate for that thing that is that we do.
I was wondering which machine the Rage is against.
Machine can be anything from like from the police on the streets of Los Angeles who can pull motorists from their cars and beat them to a pulp and get away from it, to the overall international state capitalist machinery that tries to make you just a mindless cog and to have not to think critically and never to confront the system, but just to kind of behave and look forward to the weekend and the next six-pack of beer.
You really feel that there's no change? No change has come since Bill Clinton is there?
No, I mean, he can't even do something simple like acknowledge the fact that there are gays in the military, let alone any kind of substantive change to improve the lives of the underclass. He has no interest in that. Why should he? They aren't the ones that put him in office. It was Dow Jones and Exxon. So they're the ones that he owes the favors to.
When Tom Morello speaks on the intersection of politics and music,
music could be. It was like until that time I was a big fan of heavy metal music, and then when I discovered the Clash, it was like, well, here's music that's about things I care about, yet it's as powerful as anything I've ever heard before.
Where did the caring come from?
Well, I don't know. I mean, people sometimes ask, like, how did you get politicized? I was the only black kid in an all-white town growing up. Then I was the only anarchist at a conservative high school. Then I was the only rock and roll guitar player at Harvard University. And then I was the only Harvard grad in an underground Hollywood rock and roll band. So while I've always, sort of believed in solidarity, I've always been a one-man revolution.
We were able to, we donated 100% of our profits from that, about $400,000, to various activist organizations. And so it's not all about, cars and girls and making a lot of money at this, that music can be a vehicle. I believe that music can be a vehicle for social awareness and even for progressive change. And so as the summer and albums after albums go on, we're going to try to keep pushing the envelope as far as we can. Where I come from, there's never been a progressive or radical change for the better that has not involved ordinary people like you and me standing up against oppressive authority for their rights. And on the second hand, it has to begin with yourself. And that's, for example, during the Black Power struggles, it was the first line of attack was that blacks had to confront the attitudes that they had within themselves that contributed to their own subordination. And the same with the women's movement. Women have to combat the attitudes within themselves that contribute to their own subordination. The same is true with workers and students as well.
One should pay heed to his words, especially as it pertains to the newcomers in the space. Thus,
do you still find young artists that are reaching you, that are saying things that you really connect to?
Sure.
How about Kneecap?
At the top of the list.
Yeah.
At the top of the list. I mean, they're clearly the Rage Against the Machine of now. But then there's a gap to the next one.
On terrorism for a human rights thing. I understand people can debate how they feel about it, but a charge.
A
terrorism charge.
Yeah. People, I mean, what they're doing in their art is what people could probably stand to do more in their lives, is to really speak truth to power.
Right.
And, Kneecap are not terrorists. What is terroristic is, 20,000 dead Palestinian children. Yeah. That's the story.
Bombing hospitals.
Exactly. That's the story. Not, some Irish rappers who don't like that's happening should not be the story.
He has called Irish band Kneecap the Rage Against the Machine of now. In return, Kneecap reposted the interview and wrote fair F's to Tom Morello. Those words would catch the attention of this guy.
Mr. David Draymond of Disturbed fame step up to the stage, and his appearance on stage seemingly was met with a lot of booing, a lot of negative reactions. And there's been a lot of questions and discourse around why exactly that might have been. I mean, I can say from my own perspective, having covered David on the channel recently, it may have something to do not just with his outspoken support of Israel in their ongoing military efforts. I would call it a genocide. This doesn't just merely come down to David having ties to Israel and being proud of his heritage. No, there are literally photos of him signing bombs that most likely were going to be dropped on innocent people's heads in Gaza.
Yes, your eyes do not deceive you. This is David Draymond lead man of the band Disturbed, go full Nikki Haley and Josh Shapiro while signing bombs for the state of Israel. Draymond despised what Morello said of Kneecap and wrote, "Shameful, truly. Wish I could say I was shocked. Guess my family doesn't count when it comes to my friends virtue signaling for those who support terror and incite Jewish hatred." Quick break in the action here. Fellow Jew, this dude is insane. He is insane. He is hurting the cause, not helping it. He is bringing more anti-Semitism to us as a community than he should. These attacks and the way that still, with everything that we have learned, that if you were to express through your art, your music, your activism, etc., that you disagree with a foreign country's policies, that means you hate Jewish people, is insane. It is illogical. It does not make sense. It does not surprise me in the slightest that David Draymond was booed. And he has gone on the record saying, oh, it was edited. They amplified the noise. No. We've seen the videos from that Black Sabbath reunion tour or goodbye tour, whatever. He has hurt us. Folks who think like him hurt us. It does not help us. Especially when you think students protesting are anti-Semites, when they're calling out bad policy on behalf of foreign governments, and you say nothing about the biggest threat to us in the United States of America, for example, which is white domestic extremism. Kneecap would ratio Draymond, writing in response, "We don't care what religion anyone is or if they've won it all. We love all sounds. See you next Tuesdays. Smiling and signing bombs dropped to murder kids and other people's families just makes you a straight up see you next Tuesday. Simple as Free Palestine." Another moment of their back and forth, when Haas went on stage with Kneecap at Coachella, the visuals read what is displayed on your screens. Nowhere does it say anything like F the Jews or kill the Jews. They are talking about an oppressive regime that is G-siding innocent Palestinians. Draymond would boomerishly enter the chat with a visual of his own that espouses more hatred than the signs previously seen. This is, let me be clear, absolute loser behavior.
So yeah, again, vocal support for such heinous and condemnable acts may in fact be why some people aren't such a big fan of David Draymond right now. But if you go on his social media, a lot of his responses to all of this, of course, put this squarely on him being Jewish and him being proud to be Jewish. Personally, I might just chalk this up to David signing freaking bombs and then posting it onto the internet. I don't know, David, did you think that maybe fans of the band that wrote War Pigs doesn't think signing bombs is like cool or super dope or neato? Plus, on top of it, his social media feed is like demented. Like with this recent retweet he did about New York mayoral primary winner Zoran Mamdani, with somebody saying about him, he's as bad as critics say because he dared tweet, "Rashida Tlaib is my hero, not only because she's a Muslim, a Democratic Socialist member, and a champion for Palestine. It's because she did what we're now trying to do, rally the multiracial working class around a socialist vision for justice. Solidarity from Astoria to Detroit." Oh my God, the horror.
Hey, I appreciate you watching. Now, if you can, please do become a channel member by going to youtube.com/TYT Sports and clicking the join button. If that's too much for you, you can just go to tyt.com/join to become a member. It helps all of us out here at the Young Turks and keeps our network afloat. In addition, you could follow me on my socials on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Appreciate the love. Have a great day.